We're back. I am Ken Breeze, and you are watching the Secrets of Hammerfast D&D 5th Edition stream. Welcome. If you're watching us on Twitch or on YouTube, really appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you get a chance. Subscribe. Why not? Why not? And you'll see us all the time, which would be great. We play D&D on Wednesday nights, Eastern Time, 10 p.m. to about 11:30. So we've got the goods for what ails you. Tonight is going to be a weird, wild adventure. I hope that you have been keeping abreast of our heroes' adventures. But things have gotten wild here very recently. But we'll find out a lot more about that soon enough. I'm going to turn it over to our amazing players who are introducing themselves. First, we have Kelsey playing Callie. Welcome back, Kelsey. Great to have you. What can you tell us about Callie?
Hey guys, I'm playing Callie. She's a halfling rogue. And she she grew up in the streets, so she's a little rough around the edges. She's an orphan, but learned to throw playing cards as her main weapon, so that's kind of something she throws playing cards, and she has a dagger, so look out. And she's also picked up a little bit of magic during the course of this adventure, so she can do a little trickery with the spells, plus she has acquired or has made her teacup pig Rimpleton into her familiar. So now they're even more best buds, getting into trouble. That's them.
Hashtag Grimpy Life. Love it. Love it. Awesome. We also have Anthony with us. Welcome back, Anthony. Are you playing Alaron? What can you tell us about Alaron, bud?
Alaron's a half-elf raised in a monastery. He was trained in both the scholastic and martial arts. He currently now serves as an adventurer party leader / friend to Callie and her Rimpleton. He wears a polished helmet that reflects almost as well as a mirror. A really nice shield with I forgot the detail actually. There's a detail on the shield that's really important, but I'll get back to that later. He wears chainmail and carries a rapier.
Perfect. That's right. We also have Thomas with us playing Elio. Welcome back, Thomas, after your week hiatus. We missed you last time.
Glad to be back.
Glad to have you back. What can you tell us about Elio?
Elio is a Genasi cleric, a fire Genasi. He has bright red skin and bald hair and flashing yellow eyes. He tends to be surrounded by various dramatic pyrotechnics, which he has begun to reapply after an unfortunate incident where most of his clothing and armor was disintegrated. He now wears an elaborate dwarven breastplate that is cursed. It's cursed, but it fits all right, and it's better than nothing. So he's wearing this dwarven breastplate and the kind of scorched remnants of his clerical robes as he wanders this undersea realm.
Indeed. And I am Ken Breeze, Burling's Beard. I am a concierge DM in the New York City area. You can find me on my website of the same name. Thanks, everybody, again for tuning in. Last time we were with our characters, they had gone to visit a very powerful denizen of the underwater world where they have been adventuring. Our heroes have been under the Glimmer Lake, and they have been plumbing the depths of Id Othramel, a fallen ruin of an elven castle. A fey court once resided there. They've been trying to find a way to get back to the above ground world, and an eldritch machine powers the castle, and they believe that they would be able to raise the castle using but the powerful magic that they have collected, they cannot access. And they believe the only way to access it is to gain an incantation from the Ancient One, Klaugischieldkrote, who is a powerful entity that exists in a nearby trench that is sort of the lowest point of the Glimmer Lake's bottom. Our party swam out to that location last session. as they were going there to try and contact this creature. They were sort of waylaid by an undead crab while they were trying to make their way to the location. It was a place where, in ancient times, the trout folk had made sacrifices to Klaugischieldkrote, the ancient one, their deity. It is a black basalt plateau that sticks out of the ground of the lake. It's right near the edge of the trench. There are also a number of sort of wavy columns of stone, of natural stone, that have jutted out of the bottom of the lake floor as well, making a sort of a twisted crown sort of area. And that is where Alaron and Callie, as well as their elven companion, Paterno, had gone last session. As they had dispatched the undead crab, they were set upon quite suddenly by Klaugischieldkrote, who grabbed up Paterno in their claw and dragged the elf, who you did not see again, towards them. Callie had been swimming away, trying to get as far away from the creature as possible. Alaron had turned to face the creature and was yelling its name, trying to get its attention. And Elio, you have been swimming sort of along the ground floor of the lake bottom, and there's been a rise in front of you that you've been ascending. You've been swimming above it. You can breathe water, of course, through your water breathing potion that you've drank. You've spoken with Glitterdark, who sent you to find your friends. And the water breathing potion has formed sort of a bubble around your head so that it's easy for you to talk. And your flaming sort of hair continues to burn here underwater, casting a dim light around for you. As you're getting to the top of this rise, you're seeing the sight that was described to you by Glitterdark, the crown-like configuration of plateau and columns. However, as you crest that rise, you do see this creature coming from over the precipice of the trench. It seems as if it's just reached its claw out and drawn something back towards it. You can also see both Callie and Alaron. What would you like to do, Elio?
Have I noticed whether I can make any sound under here?
Like shouting, you mean?
Yes.
Or yeah, you can definitely talk and shout. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to triple my voice and shout out to them to tell them, "Do not fear, I am on."
Watch out! I think you maybe unplugged yourself in your
Got it?
your
Can you hear me?
excitement. Yeah, you sound great.
Okay.
Yep, sound great. Indeed, your thaumaturgy reverberates, almost like shaking the water. It's almost like it's vibrating as your voice is just being projected outwards. Callie, Alaron, you definitely hear this. It's obvious from the sound, and now as you're looking that way, very quickly you see the bright form of Elio showing up to give you a little bit of hope.
Yeah,
And
the flames flickering underwater are probably a giveaway that it's me.
Callie, what would you like to do?
So can I see the dragon turtle that well? Because I can't see too well underwater, so.
Yes, it illuminates itself, as you can see from the illustration. It seems to have some sort of magma or some sort of light that's coming out of its shell. So yeah, it's bringing its own illumination, and it's just so large that it's so hard to mistake this creature for where it is. It blots out any illumination that's sort of coming from the top of the lake. So just even in silhouette, you sort of at least are seeing this creature. Yeah, and you can see it.
Well, I'm gonna try to like hit the swim to the bottom of the seafloor.
Yeah.
And sometimes flattery is the best way out of a problem, I've learned. So I'm gonna kneel down and bow with a flourish.
Nice. You kneel and bow before the creature. Bow before the Queen of Filth.
And I'm gonna like look under my elbow at Elio and sort of frantically gesture for him to like try to come closer and help.
Awesome. Alaron, what are you doing?
How did he react to me screaming his name?
It seems as if the creature grabbed your companion and sort of is looking at them. So you're continuing to scream the name, is that right?
Only
They
after the
basically
first time.
ignored you. They ignored your first scream.
You know what? I think a bow would be appropriate in front of such a majestic creature.
Awesome.
I also return a bow.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So you're bowing on the basalt plateau. Elio, what are you doing?
How far away am I at this point?
I would say you're a good, probably like 100 feet away from sort of the site, and probably more like 150 feet away from the creature.
Okay, well, I don't feel like I can really interact with them too much, so I'm just going to keep swim running or whatever kind of movement.
Yeah.
This
So you're swimming as quickly as
takes.
possible that way, and you sort of arrive as the creature it's just watching you. Its eyes are glowing very brightly. It hasn't done anything else with whatever with the body that's holding in its claw. But yeah, it's just sort of watching all of you. And how long are you guys doing anything else besides kneeling, Callie, Alaron?
Well,
Actually,
not really.
as I bow with a flourish, I tap my helmet and activate its power.
Yes, comprehend languages, as indeed sort of like your mouth is able to be seen. Like there's like this sort of cutout from the helmet that allows your mouth to be seen very easily. And cool. Yeah, you definitely activate it. Elio, you're basically have swam to them at this point. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just going to kind of appraise the situation. Can I sort of tell if this creature looks like it's, about to strike, or if it's actually trying to listen?
You should roll an insight check.
Right?
And,
okay. Yep. Just make sure the number is right there.
Are you okay, Anthony? Can you hear?
Yeah, can I roll one of those too?
Yeah, you can roll one as well. Everybody can roll an insight check.
16 for me.
16. Awesome.
9.
A 9 for Callie.
And 18 for Alaron.
Whoa! Awesome. Callie, the creature is inscrutable. It is an alien creature. You've never seen this type of thing before. You are sort of bowing and genuflecting in front of it, and it's just sort of floating there, sort of like perched on the side. Only half of itself seems to have come over the trench, so you gather that the bottom half of it is sort of like clinging to the side or floating or whatever it's doing, just free over the side of the trench. Elio, you definitely get the sense that this creature is in a non-hostile state. They are in a state of repose. It is very difficult to try and get a sense of what they might be planning or what their demeanor is right now.
Yeah.
You're not super familiar with dragons, let alone underwater turtle dragons.
Makes sense.
But it doesn't seem like it's hostile. Alaron, you got 18. That's a great roll. You are very sure it's not hostile. And you get the sense that it's just very patient, and it's just sort of hanging out, like that. It's a no rush to do whatever to get to whatever comes next.
I'm gonna try to sneakily put my hand in my little pouch and produce a big handful of gems with this flourish, like shoo. We bring you tribute. I'm gonna be yelling this in my tiny halfling voice up at this creature. We bring you tribute, and we seek your help, and I'm gonna hold up the gems to the dragon.
Very nice.
I grabbed my
Yeah,
4 medium value gems.
Your medium value gems. Got it. Yeah. Cool. So you're sort of doing that. Elio, what are you doing?
I'm gonna just sort of look over at Alaran and say, "Do you understand it? Is it saying anything? Does it have magical underwater mind speech or something?"
Ilio, he hasn't said anything.
I don't. It's a dragon. They're weird. Can you try talking to it?
I
It may
tried.
not
It
understand
ignored
Carl.
me. I think it would know its name. It didn't respond. It's being oddly patient. It's not caring about us.
Why should it?
Well, Callie has jewels. I'd care.
Those jewels could fit up its nose. It's gigantic.
I'm like, they're valuable.
Dragons love jewels. Everyone knows dragons love jewels. That's just like Dragons 101.
Almost as much as
They make a lot of
half.
assumptions about this creature.
Awesome. Yeah. As you flourish the jewels, Callie, you guys sort of see bubbles sort of come out of the sides of its mouth. They're steam bubbles. They seem to be very warm as they're coming out, but its jaws do sort of open, and it yeah. I guess it says something in the language of dragons. Do any of you speak that language?
I understand it.
You do.
I don't speak it at all.
No. Okay, got it. So, Alaron, you hear it say, mostly it seems to itself. It says, brave creatures to come so close to death. Perhaps we can deal.
I respond in common. We seek the arcane words that would power this castle once again. Perhaps for a trade of information, we can pay tribute.
The creature sort of looks at all of you very closely, like its face is sort of inching forward, as it sort of had been rearing up before and now sort of moving closer. And it cocks its head to the side, and it seems to have, like I said, one of its fin claws sort of wrapped around the figure of now an unconscious, perhaps dead, elven wizard. The other claw, though, seems to be coming up towards its chest. I think you should all make insight checks again, please.
Ooh. 16.
16, great.
17.
5.
17.
16 again.
Nice. So, Alaron, you are unsure what's about to happen. This could definitely be an attack, or who knows what is about to happen. Callie, Elio, you guys get the sense that this creature does not understand what Alaron has said. That it does not understand the common tongue. It seems as if it is sort of just looking at all of you very closely to monitor like your body language and just sort of what the actions you're taking. However, as its fin begins to get closer to its chest, you can see that its underbelly is all armored, right? It's like an armored sort of turtle shell.
Is it armored like the illustration with like actual plates of armor, or is it just natural turtle armor?
It is very similar to the illustration where it's been etched in. It's underbelly though, which is a little different. It is thinner armor, but it is sort of almost like hexagonal shapes next to each other. And as you see, all of those or many of those hexagonal shapes, so many of them, seem to have large runes of the draconic nature that have been etched into each of them. And its fin is moving towards one of those plates.
It looks like the bottom of the mini one, right? Sort of like those same
Yeah.
runes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The mini one that you saw earlier, the statue that you were dealing with, the power source that you provided to Glitterdark. The glowy thing, as you've come to call it. Yeah, you guys definitely get the sense that this creature is about to cast a spell. What would you like to do, Callie?
I'm gonna use. I kind of have some magic where I think I may be able to conjure like a little bubble around the gems and sort of let it float up to the dragon.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can get away with that with prestidigitation.
Definitely.
Yeah. Or mage hand. Wait,
Cool.
I have mage hand. I'm gonna mage hand it.
Mage handing your gems.
Is that your whole thing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that's my. I'm really good at that.
Yeah, isn't your whole subclass based around that? Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
And I'm gonna prepare for, hopefully getting out of the way if something bad happens.
Totally. You are super prepped, but you are still sort of bowing, genuflecting, and now mumbling your own magic to send these gems closer to the dragon. Alaron, what are you doing?
I stand defensively.
Yes. So are you taking out your weapon, or are you raising your shield?
I'm raising my shield.
You raise your shield. And Elio, how about yourself?
I'm going to stand very calmly. I'm going to choose to act as though I have nothing to fear from this creature. We are guests of its, and we are engaging in conversation and deal making. It has no reason to harm us and nothing to fear.
Indeed. And as its fin, large claw fin, touches one of the plates on its underbelly, the rune glows, and it's sort of a sparkling of magic sort of surrounds the creatures. The dragon turtle's snout and equine face, and it then sort of shakes its head, its hair floating in the water, and its sort of mustachioed tentacles also sort of floating in odd shapes. And it says in common, "Guests, you are indeed. Guests of Klaugischieldkrote. Your manners are not unwelcome. It has been long since any have come to this place to summon me. And I have taken my tribute," as he sort of holds up the limp form of the elf.
Do you know that elf?
"I smell magic upon him, and magic my horde desires. Your tribute is lacking."
Well,
his big eye looks right at you, Callie.
Like, don't have a lot of money.
that's a blatant lie.
Right back into the pocket.
Are you deceiving Klaugischieldkrote by saying you don't have a lot of money?
Well, like comparatively to a dragon, we don't have a lot of money. Klaugischieldkrote.
I see. I think you should make a deception check.
I am new to this plane. I am young and foolish compared to one such as you, although you don't look a day over 4,000. But truly, we come as emissaries from Idolframel, is that how it's pronounced? The Sparkling Delight Castle, which has been stuck underground for many a year. Its connection with the Fey realm severed. Perhaps you remember its inhabitants from days gone by, and you know that in the Fey realms they have treasures, great works of art, and gold and silver and gems and magic and stuff, much more than the fishy fish parts that the fish folk who worship you can give. We would reestablish a connection between our realms, and we think it can be of mutual benefit to all. If
Make a
only the
persuasion
castle could float
please.
again.
Make persuasion check with advantage, please.
No. 2 dice.
And what'd you get on your deception check, Callie?
Oh, let me see here. Oh, I rolled a natural 19. I got a 21.
Very nice.
There's a 24 on my persuasion check.
Nice.
Awesome. Well done. Klaugischieldkrote says, "This is my lake. You speak of my castle. This territory has been mine since the beginning. But you speak true. The thin place between worlds is dangerous. There is an entity that seeks to usurp my territory. I know this," he says, like, and you guys feel sort of the shaking of the water around you. He continues, "You have presented yourselves as the rights of old, but your tribute is lacking."
I take off my cloak, and I fold it and I present it to Crowdkey.
Ooh. He sort of sniffs and says, "I smell that you are not from this world, Flamehead."
Me, yes.
Kelly laughs.
"I smell magic upon this piece of scrap. It's precious to you?"
No, I just got it. It was being hoarded by a creature of evil intent that had camped out in the tower and was striving to keep all from passing through. We destroyed it, but this accursed thing was in its hoard. It is it has magic upon it, but I'm not sure it's the kind that would be of use to anyone.
"It is dwarven made. The dwarves do not come to my territory. They do not
There
come."
was a dwarf earlier. He hit me very hard with a hammer. He wasn't nice.
"Inside the castle, I do not care what goes on. My worshippers, my people, survive. That is important."
We did destroy / drive away the evil queen that has turned them against your ways. If that helps.
With that, yeah, he sort of rears his head back and sort of shakes his head, and you're getting the sense that that is like a pleased sort of
Yes,
body
an
language.
evil sea hag was striving to turn them to her own will against the old ways. Your loyal priests just helped us destroy her.
Sort of shakes, and he says, "Yes, my people have been gone from the rituals too long, and you guys should all make another insight check, please."
9.
9.
8.
8.
10.
Cool. What is your intelligence score, Callie? Your intelligence ability score?
+2.
And how about for you, Alaron?
+1, 0.
+0. And Elio, how about for you?
Same. 10 + 0.
0. Elio, Alaron, you guys are getting the sense that Klaugischieldkrote is unused to speaking with people. Like they're not a conversationalist. They don't have a powerful grasp of language. You get the sense that turtle is not that intelligent. Like that they are. It's not like they're dumb. I've heard tales that dragons are like super geniuses, intelligent. This creature does not seem to be a super genius. This dragon turtle seems to be incredibly powerful, incredibly old, to be like some sort of tactical mastermind or strategist or something like that. You think that they are fairly simple and straightforward in their aims and desires. You guys all definitely get the sense that tradition and rights have a big part to play in how they perceive the world. But they sort of go on, and Klaugischieldkrote says, "This queen was an agent of the power I speak of that seeks to usurp my territory."
Is it the Winter Court?
Yes, the cold, the ice.
Jerks.
The ice, I have felt it. Though the water flows freely and will in my domain, there is cold pressing against it. Cold that comes from the rock below the castle. I wish my aid. Must take the mark of Klaugischieldkrote.
I will bear your mark. I will defeat these foes of yours.
Should we ask what that entails before you agree to it, Elrond?
Does it hurt?
He kind of has one of our friends unconscious. I need to be on his good side.
We just met that
Well,
guy.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Oh.
You can all
What?
make perception checks. Please make perception.
7.
Net 20.
I
And
got 21.
Nice.
21.
Elio, you are very unsure that elf that you just met is alive. Alaron, you are pretty sure that he is alive and just unconscious. You are very sure that Paterno is alive. They are unconscious. And it seems, though, as if they have been unburdened of their spell book, that somehow it has disappeared from where it's usually kept on their side.
Like
On
you
his
guys,
side.
he's fine. You guys are blind. But his spell book's gone. I mean, can't you see that from here? But
I guess Elrond's taking the mark.
I'm more concerned with his future health than his current status.
and I'm gonna yell up to the dragon. Oh, great dragon turtle! Are you going to eat our friend, or what are you doing with him? What's the scoop?
Awesome. Klaugischieldkrote.
He was stuck in a big crystal for like hundreds of years. He probably doesn't taste very good.
He's expired.
Too much mineral content.
Klaugischieldkrote sort of nods and says, "If you wish your friend returned, I wish information. Information on what the water genie does below the castle. The creature that seeks my territory. Also, Callie, your gems are gone."
No. I noticed, but try to pretend I didn't notice. It's only rich for 5 minutes.
Yeah, you see them sort of floating and like affixing themselves to different parts of its like carapace. It's
Was it the 4 I offered him, or is it all my gems?
the 4 you offered. None,
Okay.
just those that were in the water.
Still.
Oh, great Klaugischieldkrote. You were asking about my armor before. Did you want it or something? Because I'm not. I mean, I am attached to it, but only physically. I can get it off. And we can find your information for you, I'm sure. We have faced these evil minions before.
You present gifts. This is good, as it should be. I will allow you to travel my lands. If you wish to pledge your armor to my horde, I will not say no.
How about we see if we find anything better than this cursed thing after we defeat and destroy your enemies beneath the castle, and we can offer you things we find there as tribute, and then I can give you the armor if we don't have anything better. But it might be slightly useful in my quest to not be murdered by your enemies.
Make a persuasion check, please.
That's a 10.
Nice. Klaugischieldkrote sort of nods sage-like and says, "I will expect a gift upon your return."
Ooh.
It's fun. I have tons of extra silver and stuff I can throw at him.
Well,
Klaugi says, "We have a bargain. You will find the information I seek. You will take my mark, and I will provide the incantation and your friend
Acquaintance.
once you return."
He just as a minor point, he doesn't breathe water normally, so for the sake of preserving him, you might want to put him in a bubble or something.
Klaugi says, "Your offering was lacking."
Are you saying you'll give us his drowned corpse? Because that's not cool, dude.
yeah, that's cheating. We need him back alive.
Fine. I go to my finger and I take off the ring I'm wearing,
Ooh.
which is a ring of shielding,
Wow.
and I say, "I will give this to your horde. I would ask a great favor of you that it be used as collateral."
Klaugi says, "I have no interest in such tiny pieces of metal."
Okay, I thought you liked magic.
Magic on great items, great magics, dwarf made magics, very famous.
Okay, fine. If you'll give me a minute, I go around I have to cast like a little bit of remove curse on every single buckle, so it takes a little while. It's all very stuck. It's kind of awkward as you all just kind of stand there watching me try to take my breastplate off.
Rimby floats up to you
Why do
and
you all
just watches you from like 2 feet away, just right up close.
Oh.
Just
Why do you all have to stare at me? This is just weird.
Yeah,
Wording flare.
Privacy
flare.
is definitely just observing.
it's
All
like
right,
watching
remove
someone
curse.
fight their way